Hey guys, Mosa here, and today I'm bringing you the pre-game preview of the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Let's kick it off with the Seahawk injuries. 5 players have been ruled out for this game: Shaquille Griffin, Ethan Patrick, Quentin Dunbar, Nico Thorpe, and Jordan Simmons. Shaquille has a hamstring injury, Ethan a concussion, Quentin a knee injury, Nico a core injury, and Jordan a calf injury. Now, hopefully these guys can be ready for week 12. Hopefully they can get back on track and they can practice, because none of them practice this week. Now, there's only one player who is doubtful for the game, and that is running back Travis Homer with a knee and thumb injury. He's been limited throughout this week, but hopefully he can actually come and play this week. And now there are only 2 players who are questionable for the game: wide receiver Tyler Lockett with a knee injury, and running back Chris Carson with a foot injury. Tyler did not practice, but Chris was limited on Tuesday. So this is honestly game decisions. These 2 are game decisions. Hopefully both of them can get to play this week against the Cardinals. Now, these bunch of players are most likely to come back from injuries, which are Dwayne Brown with a knee injury, Jaron Reed with a hand injury, Kyle Fuller with an ankle injury, Greg Olsen with a foot injury, Carlos Hyde with a hamstring injury, KJ Wright with an ankle injury, Benson Mayowa with an ankle injury, Penny Hart with a knee injury, Freddie Swain with a foot injury, Mike Iupati with a back injury, Ugo Amadi with a hamstring injury, Ryan Neal with a hip injury, Jamal Adams with a shoulder injury. Only one who did not practice this week was Dwayne Brown and Kyler Fuller. Both of them did not practice, while full participation on every day except for Monday for Jaron Reed. Everyone else had either limited or full participation in practice. Hopefully we can get all these guys to play, especially the offensive line, especially Carlos Hyde is officially ruled as he's coming back. He's going to play this week. KJ Wright, hopefully he comes back. Mayowa as well. Hart, Swain, Iupati, everyone. Jamal Adams, Ryan Neal, everyone. Hopefully every one of these injuries that is most likely to come back from an injury can play. Now on to the Arizona Cardinals injuries. Now Arizona only has 3 players who are out for this game, which is offensive lineman Justin Murray, defensive tackle Corey Peters, and defensive end Jordan Phillips. Now Murray has a hand injury, Peters has a knee injury, and Phillips has a hamstring injury. Only Phillips had practice this week, with limited practice on Tuesday, while everyone else did not practice. And hopefully for them, they can actually recover from their injuries, because even though they're a division rival, even though they're facing my team, I actually want them to get back and playing again, because honestly, I don't like seeing injuries at all whatsoever, no matter who is the injured player. Now, there are only 4 who are questionable: Devondre Campbell, Daryl Daniels, Charles Washington, and Max Williams. Campbell having a calf injury, Darrell Daniels having an ankle injury, Washington with a groin injury, and Williams with an ankle injury. Only Williams and Campbell had limited practice on Wednesday. The rest of the week, they did not practice. So I'm most likely going to say that the tight end Daniels and safety Washington will not be playing, and the other 2 will, but hopefully they can be 100% for either this week or next week. Hopefully they can come back from an injury. And these 5 players are most likely to play: linebacker Hassan Reddick with a neck injury, Jalen Thompson with a shoulder injury, Buda Baker with a groin and ankle injury, Kenyon Drake with an ankle injury, and Drake Kirkpatrick with a hamstring injury. Now these players are most likely to play, but the chance that they don't play is very high in comparison to all these 5 is Hassan Reddick and Jalen Thompson, due to the fact that they only had limited practice and some days did not practice at all, and everyone else had limited and full participation in practice. I think that Buda Baker, Kenyon Drake, and Drake Kirkpatrick will be playing against the Seahawks this week. Let's get on to the Seahawks starting roster. At quarterback, we have Russell Wilson. Running back, if he plays, is Chris Carson and Carlos Hyde. And if Carlos Hyde is the starter, Travis Homer. And if Travis Homer can't go, DJ Dallas will go. Fullback will be Nick Bellord. Wide receivers, DK Metcalf, David Moore, and Tyler Lockett. If Lockett can't go, then it'll be Freddie Swain, David Moore, and DK Metcalf. At tight end, Greg Olsen, and if he can't, Will Dissly. Offensive line, Dwayne Brown. If he can't, Cedric will be taking his place. Mike Iupati. If he can't, Phil Haynes will take his position as Jordan cannot. He's out for the game. Taking Ethan's place at starting center is Kyle Fuller. And honestly, I don't know any centers else that we have, so I always hope Kyle can play this week. Damian Lewis will be starting at right guard and Brandon Shell at right tackle. These are the starting offensive players for the Seahawks. The only two who will not be playing officially will be Jordan Simmons and Ethan Patrick on the offensive line. Now for the defense, we got starting defensive ends LJ Collier and Carlos Dunlap. Defensive tackle Jaron Reed. If he can't go, Poona Ford will most likely be there, and we'll probably have to put someone else because as far as I know, I don't know that many defensive tackles in Seattle, so Poona Ford is most likely to replace Jaron Reed if Jaron Reed can't go. Now for middle linebackers, we got Bobby Wagner. For outside linebackers, Jordan Brooks and KJ Wright. If KJ can't go, it'll be Cody Barton or Shaquem Griffin to take his place. Now for corners, both our starting corners, Quentin Dunbar and Shaquille Griffin, are out, so DJ Reed and Trey Flowers will come in for both of them. And at safety, Quandre Diggs will be playing at safety while Jamal Adams will be playing. And if ruled out, it will be either Ryan Neal or Demarius Randall to take his place. Now for special teams, we got kicker Jason Myers, of course, Michael Dixon at the punter position. But for the kickoff return, we got Travis Homer and Tyler Lockett. If Tyler Lockett can't go, Travis Homer can't go, then that will go to David Moore and Ugo Amadi, which are the most likely replacements for them. While on the punt return, we got David Moore, Tyler Lockett, and Ugo Amadi. Of course, David Moore is most likely going to play this week. So I think out of these Seahawks, that the starting lineup, I think the best game will go to most likely Russell Wilson and Carlos Hyde, DK Metcalf as well. That is going to be the main thing that Seattle's going to have. Because honestly, Seattle has been tough when it comes to the passing game. They are ranked, I think, number 5 in offense and number 5 in the passing game as well. So, and that's better than the Arizona Cardinals, who are at 16, if I'm not mistaken, on the run game and the pass game. While, of course, Arizona is the best offense in the NFL, while Seattle's the worst defense in the NFL. But hopefully we can actually pick apart that defense of the Arizona Cardinals. It has been a bit troubled these past few weeks, so hopefully we can pick apart their defense. Now on to the Arizona Cardinals starters. Now Kyler Murray will be starting at running back. Kenyon Drake and Chase Edmonds will be starting at running back. And if, of course, Kenyon can go, Chase Edmonds will take his place and Jonathan Ward will take Chase Edmonds' place. While receivers will be Larry Fitzgerald, Christian Kirk, DeAndre Hopkins, and Andy Isabella. While at tight end, we'll be seeing Max Williams, and if Max can't go, Dan Arnold will take his place. At offensive line, we got DJ Humphries, Justin Pugh on the left side, while on the right side, we got J.R. Sweezy and Kelvin Beachum, and, of course, Jason Cole at center. Now, the only offensive lineman who is a backup, Justin Murray, will not be playing this week. On defense, we got Josh Maru and Angelo Blackson, who will be doing defensive end. As Jordan Phillips is out, he's the starter, so Angelo will come in for him. And they need to look for some guys because I don't know that many defensive tackles for the Arizona Cardinals. So as far as I know, they're going to need help on the defensive tackles because the Corey Peters is the only one that I recognized in their roster. While at linebacker, inside linebacker, Devondre Campbell and Jordan Hicks will be in the middle. Most likely, if Campbell can't go, Isaiah Simmons will take his place. And on outside linebackers, we got Marcus Golden and Hassan Reddick. If Reddick can't go, Kylie Fitz will get in there and play for him. At cornerback, we got Patrick Peterson and Drake Kirkpatrick. If Kirkpatrick can't go, Byron Murphy Jr. will take his place. And at safety, Jalen Thomas and Baker are the starting safeties. But if they can't go, Deontay Thompson and Chris Banjo will take their place. And at special teams, we got kicker Zane Gonzalez and punter Andy Lee. But at return, they got Chase Edmonds and Andy Isabella in the kickoff return. And in the punt return, they got Christian Kirk and Andy Isabella. So what do I think about the Arizona Cardinals when it comes to this kind of offense and defense? I think they're going to have to run the football. And Kyler Murray has to get his passes to either DeAndre Hopkins or Christian Kirk. I know Larry Fitzgerald can do so as well, but I am thinking more of the young guys having better game than Larry Fitzgerald this game. And also when it comes to defense, they're going to have to stop the pass game of Seattle, because our run game is basically not elite, but we're not scrubs either when it comes to the run game, especially if we have our starters, because it mostly when it's our backups, we're basically screwed. But when it comes to the run game, Seattle has very successful run games if our starters are there. Like, of course, you have to play no matter who, and they have to play good. And if they can't, then what is your run game good for? These few guys? No. But I think that they're going to have to stop their run game, but mainly the pass game, because the pass game will be what will kill the Arizona Cardinals this week. Now, what is my conclusion for this game? I think it's going to be a win for the Seahawks, 24-21. I think that, but it is possible that Arizona takes another win and sweeps the Seahawks for the division, because this is for the lead in the NFC West, and this is definitely the game for the lead for the NFC West, as Los Angeles has no chances at beating Tampa Bay, so they'll definitely be third in the division, or second depending on who falls to second in this game. While if Arizona falls, Los Angeles will go third place. Seattle falls, they'll drop to third, and Los Angeles moves up to second. Now, what do I think about this game? I think that Seattle has a very tough game again. Honestly, I hope that Seattle gets the win, because honestly, I think Seattle can win. But if they go and make mistakes, like sometimes they do, that's what's going to kill the Seahawks this season. Now, that was it for this video. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Who do you think is going to win? Who is the top player of each team? Which is your favorite player from each team? Tell me in the comments below. Now, like this video if you liked it, subscribe, and hit the notification if you want more videos, and I'll see you guys next time.